what types of numbers are you seeing when it comes to a rebound within your hotels?
Well, first of all, thank you. I appreciate you having me. And let me start by giving you some background. In April of this year, the Bureau of Labor Statistics reported that the hospitality industry lost 7.7 million jobs. That's more than construction, manufacturing, retail, education, and healthcare combined. It's 9 times worse than the effects of 9/11. And STR reports that we will see a 57% drop in our revenue in 2020, amounting to about $135 billion. Thankfully, since Memorial Weekend, things have improved a little bit. And for us, system-wide, we're seeing occupancy improve to almost 50%. So that's really encouraging because we were down at the 20% level at one point. So we're seeing some signs of recovery, very encouragingly.
So with regard to getting the hotels ready for customers and ready to get back up to more fuller capacity, what steps have you taken so far, David, to make sure that whether it's the sterilization or cleaning of the rooms is done at a level that's going to make people comfortable staying there?
Yeah, you're right in that the health and well-being of our associates and our guests is of utmost concern and importance to us. So from the get-go, as soon as we found out about the pandemic, we improved on our cleaning program. By the way, Best Western in 2012 was the first brand to introduce UV wands for sanitization of our guest rooms. So we're among the first to pay attention to cleanliness, even back in 2012. And we've steadily improved our cleaning protocol over the last few months and recently rolled out the We Care Clean program. As the name implies, it's about caring about our guests, caring about our associates. So some of the things that our guests would notice as soon as they walk in would be signage about our cleaning program. They would be notified about our cleaning protocol. They'll notice physical attributes in terms of the lobby being lobby furniture having been rearranged and allowing room for social distancing. Breakfast room and dining rooms have likewise been furniture have been removed and decluttered. And they're going to see decals on the floor, and they're going to see physical partitions to the front desk, and our employees wearing PPEs and personal protection equipment like masks and gloves. In the guest room, they see a noticeable difference also. It's going to be sanitized all the time. They're going to see cleaning stations throughout the whole hotel.
Of course, at the moment, David, we see these heart-wrenching headlines coming in terms of Houston area ICUs reaching full capacity. We've got Arizona reporting record numbers of increase in the virus. We've got California as well, a concern. What about these areas, Texas, Arizona, California? Have you seen a backtracking in what had been a rebirth of demand? What are you seeing as we lead into July 4th and people driving to these hotels? Are people cancelling the occupancy rates?
I haven't seen a noticeable difference in either the booking or cancellation rate for these locations. But as states begin to shut down restaurants or bars or limit activities such as beach locations, that would definitely have an impact.
How many hotels do you think might permanently close?
It's a bit premature to say, but we have to keep in mind that most of the hotels are owned they are small businesses. They are comprised of hardworking men and women trying to make an honest living, and they don't have the financial wherewithal to stand this kind of a hit. So I anticipate that we would see some defaults, and there will be some carnage in the industry.
But with this sort of franchise model that you have here, David, I mean, all of these operators were sort of on their own to, I guess, work their way through the financial difficulties. We know some of them were able to get money through some of the federal programs like the PPP program as well. Do you have any sort of sense as to how many of your members were able to get some sort of financial assistance to get them through the period of closures?
I think most of the hotels in our portfolio benefited from the PPP program, and I'm very heartened to see that the Treasury Department and the Fed has reduced the restriction or loosened up and provided more flexibility to the PPP program, as well as the Main Street Lending program and as well the EIDL program. and that would benefit a lot of the smaller businesses, and particularly the smaller hotels, because they would qualify for that relief.
Yeah.
And very briefly, are you in touch with the government at the moment? I know you met with Trump. I know you've been meeting with senators. Is there more hope for help?
I'm hoping that they would consider another relief program, because honestly, our hotel business is different than many of the other small businesses. You think about the debt structure of a hotel costs a lot more money than a restaurant or a barbershop. So the relief provided across the board is even right now, but the government should consider that the makeup of our hotels are different, that service is different. It's a very expensive real estate proposition. So I'm hoping the bill that Senator McSally introduced, the America Trip Act, is a really good one, because she's proposing to provide a tax credit similar to the home buyers tax credit during the housing crisis of $4,000 per person to encourage people to travel outside.
But doesn't that just help the wealthier? Are you worried about that being an inequality issue? Because it seems to just help those that have the money to travel in this sort of way.
Well, it encourages all people to travel by providing $4,000 per person credit to the income tax. So it's even, the benefit is even. Anybody can travel. And as well, she's introduced the same act, $50 million funding for tourism bureaus and the destination marketing organizations to promote travel, domestic travel, which is going to be really good for the economy. And I am also hoping that the Main Street lending program, they would consider the existing EBITDA multiple requirement. Right now it's 6 times, and we hope that they can increase it to 14 times. And as well allow for the loan to value kind of a test, allowing up to 75% loan to value.